I particularly like it when my prey is frightened.
What up, what up, what up? Serial Assassin here, and today I have a story for you. One that is surely to give you fits of night sweats, endless tossing and turning, have you jumping at every creak in your home, every bump in the night. This is a story of 3 young boys on a quest to become men. Listen if you dare, but remember, you have been warned. Our story begins on a fog-covered evening in the year of our Lord, 1993. Mike, a man possessed by the devil then, and still to this day, was joined by young Jay and our faithful driver and storyteller, me, Greg, aka Serial Assassin. The moon was waning in and out of the stealthy clouds that raced at a snail's pace across the sky. The illumination of the pale ball was defeated by the sinister fog that cloaked all that was good and evil on the land. The patrons of this story started their gruesome adventure around 10:30 p.m. on All Hallows Eve. Their trusty steed, a baby blue 78 Chevette, roared to life with a push of the clutch and a turn of the key. Mike and Jay boarded the car, not quite knowing how the events of the evening would turn gruesome and would never be forgotten. The innocent journey into town started as a quest to get some food and a beverage to complement the night of mischief that they were about to wreak on the quiet town. Eggs, shaving cream, soap, and toilet paper were the weapons of mass destruction that had joined them in the car and would be the scary sights of unwary victims in the morning. Little did our adventurers know that they would not be used, nor would anyone suffer the wrath of the would-be destroyers. Shortly after leaving the 7-Eleven, I made a right turn onto Nut Road to venture out to the predetermined area in which we were going to unleash our inner demons. About 50 yards from that turn, I was startled when Mike screamed out, "Stop! Did you see that shit?" I made a turn onto a small side street to take a look at what my accomplice was attempting to point out. There it was, in all its majestic glory, sitting upon its throne and adorned with candles to all sides, and man-made spiderwebs sprawled off from its sides to the posts of the porch in which it sat upon. The Great Pumpkin was spotted, and without its knowledge, was about to be abducted, tortured, and finally flung to its death. Mike, with manic glee in his laughter, launched himself from the car. His trusted friend and admirer, Jay, was quickly following with anticipation and fear. I simply stared at the behemoth sitting on the porch, wondering where they would find the strength to move such a great entity such as this pumpkin. The obstacle that they were attempting to hurdle was that of a 200-pound plus pumpkin, 6 to 7 feet in diameter, standing proudly at 4 feet from bottom to top, 4.5 if you include his majestic stem. I exited the car, half in awe and half in fear, as this action that we were partaking was in the early eve of a night known to be filled with demonic youth looking for trouble, and the local police were always in full alert on this and every other All Hallows Eve. I opened the hatch to my car as Mike and Jay started to remove the Great Pumpkin from its throne and abduct him into the trunk of my car. It was massive, but they awkwardly moved him into the trunk. As fate seemed to approve of this abduction, the usually busy street was vacant, as if we missed the end of the earth while focusing on the mission at hand. Once loaded, and my fellow abductors have re-entered the getaway vehicle, we set off immediately. The wonder, the manic glee of Mike and his accomplishment was overflowing from himself and spilling out into the car, infecting both Jay and myself. After a couple of minutes, and at a safe distance from the scene of the crime, I posed the unasked question, "What the fuck are we gonna do with it now?" Mike responded with typical and frank determination, "I don't know, but I had to have it." As we rerouted to head home to further plot on what to do with our newfound treasure, we were spotted by the police. With bated breath, we waited to see if the contents in my car would rouse significant suspicion for the officer to pursue and question our purpose, being out this late on an evening known for boys being up to no good. I panicked, and the infectious attitude caused my passengers to agree with me. "Dump the evidence!" The abduction would be foolish if we were caught and charged for such a transgression. A quick turn onto the bridge, separating the north side of town to the heart of town, was made to delay detection and give us a moment out of vision to rid ourselves of the evidence. I popped the hatch, and the two young men heaved and pushed to free the pumpkin from the back of our getaway vehicle. Amazingly, the pumpkin hit the road and did not explode, did not disintegrate as we expected. It chased us as if it had life and wanted vengeance. After about 20 yards, the physics of reality took hold of our chaser, and the pumpkin started to lose himself all over the bridge. After safely returning home and breaking up the band of abductors, we laughed at the adventure and said our goodnights. The aftermath in the morning was that of wonder and amazement. The kidnapped pumpkin had littered the bridge for a stretch of almost 200 yards. The carnage was horrifying. The amount of carnage was mystifying as well. The amount seemed much larger than what the pumpkin could have held. And that reminder of our adventurous evening remained on the bridge for almost a full 2 weeks, providing us with a good laugh as we crossed the bridge each day to and fro town. To this day, when I see a pumpkin smiling a sinister sneer in a window or on a doorstep, I wonder if that is a relative of the slaughter on that All Hallows Eve so many years ago. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you will never look at a pumpkin again without thinking of this tale. Good day, and good evening, and happy Halloween! Ha 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 ha! And I'm out. Peace!